You've tried it.
Thank you for joining us today.
The app on your phone.
We have a lot
Log
of
in
exciting information to cover.
Weighing every portion. Calculating
Calorie
every
counting
number.
works in theory, but for most people it leads to obsession, hunger, and eventually giving
and the
up.
meal that you didn't
There is a
log
better
because it was too
Studies show that
complicated to
ultra-processed
calculate,
foods
you
lead
give
to
up.
consuming 500 more
Or you
calories
kept
daily,
going and
but
found
increasing
that it
protein
worked for a
intake to
while,
30%.
Then stop, then you gain it all back. Calorie counting is not wrong. But for most people, it's
Eat more
not
protein
sustainable.
and fill half your plate with
And
vegetables.
here's what the research
Remember
shows.
to drink water before meals and
There are
eat
6
slowly
specific
without
actions you
distractions.
can take that produce the same calorie reduction, or better, without tracking a single thing. Because they change what your body does naturally. They don't fight your hunger. They remove it.
So let's
Action
start
1,
with action
eat more
number
protein
1.
at every meal.
Eat more protein at
This is the
every
single
meal.
most evidence-backed
Focus on
change you can
incorporating
make.
quality sources like
In multiple
chicken,
randomized
fish, and
trials,
eggs into your
simply
diet.
increasing protein to 30% of daily calories cause people to automatically eat 441 fewer calories per day without tracking, without restricting, without trying. Source: Healthline. Here's why it works. Protein triggers more fullness hormones than any other nutrient: GLP-1, PYY, and CCK. These are the hormones that travel to your brain and say, "We are satisfied, stop eating." Carbohydrates and fat trigger these hormones much less effectively. Protein also has something called a thermic effect. When you eat 100 calories of protein, your body uses 20 to 30 of those calories just to digest it. Carbohydrates use 5 to 10. Fat uses almost nothing. Protein gives you a 20% discount on its own calories. Source: Weight Loss Science 2025. And crucially, protein preserves muscle. When you lose weight without enough protein, up to 40% of what you lose can come from muscle. Muscle burns calories at rest. Losing it lowers your metabolism. Keeping it means the weight you lose stays off. Source: And 2025. The practical version. 1 palm-sized portion of protein at every meal. Eggs at breakfast. Chicken, fish, or legumes at lunch. Meat, fish, tofu, or Greek yogurt at dinner. Most people who do this naturally stop snacking between meals because the hunger signals simply don't arrive. Action 2.
Action
Fill half
number
your plate
2.
with vegetables. Your
Fill
stomach
half
registers
your
fullness
plate
based on
with
physical volume
vegetables.
and weight, not calories. A stomach full of vegetables feels exactly as full as a stomach full of pasta, but with a fraction of the calories. Half a plate of vegetables is about 50 calories. Half a plate of pasta is about 300. The fullness signal to your brain. Nearly identical. This is called volume eating, and it's one of the most underrated weight loss strategies available. You're not restricting. You're displacing. Research from the University of Illinois in 2024 found a strong inverse correlation between fiber intake and weight loss. The more fiber participants ate as a percentage of their food, the more weight they lost. Not the fewer calories. The more fiber. Source: ScienceDaily 2024. Practical version. Start every meal by eating the vegetables on your plate first. Studies show that people who start with vegetables naturally eat less of the higher calorie items that follow. Eat your salad, your courgette, your broccoli, then move to the rest of the meal. Action 3.
Action number
Drink water
3.
before and during meals.
Drink water before
Your body
and
sends
during
the same
meals.
signal for thirst and for hunger. Most people have spent years misreading thirst as a food craving. Drinking a large glass of water when you feel hungry between meals, and waiting 10 minutes, eliminates the craving most of the time. Because it was never hunger. It was thirst. Multiple clinical trials show that drinking 500 milliliters of water 30 minutes before a meal reduces the amount eaten at that meal by approximately 13%. Source: Daily Nutrition Tracker 2026. That's not insignificant. Across 3 meals a day, that's a meaningful reduction in total intake without a moment of restriction. And replacing sugary drinks with water removes the most invisible source of excess calories in most people's diets. A glass of juice, a latte, a soft drink, these calories arrive with almost zero satiety signal. Your brain doesn't register them as food. They don't count toward fullness. They just add up.
Action 4 is to eat slowly and without screens. Make sure you take your time and definitely put away the phone or tablet while you eat.
If you eat a meal in 8 minutes, you've been eating for 12 minutes past the point where your body was satisfied. You overate? Not because you were greedy. Because you ate faster than your biology could report. Research consistently shows that mindful eating slowly, without distractions, reduces calorie intake by 10 to 15% per meal. Source: Daily Nutrition Tracker 2026. That's without restricting a single food, without tracking a single number. The screen problem deserves specific attention. When you eat while watching something, your brain is focused on the screen. You stop tasting. You stop noticing the meal arriving. You eat past fullness without registering it. Studies show eating in front of screens increases intake by up to 25% compared to eating at a table without distractions. Put the fork down between bites. Drink water between every few mouthfuls. Sit at a table. These are not complicated interventions. They just require intention.
For action number 5, we need to replace ultra-processed food with real food. That means choosing these whole options over the processed alternatives.
And the simplest to understand. A 2019 NIH-controlled trial found that people eating ultra-processed food consumed 500 more calories per day than people eating whole food. The calories, fat, sugar, and fiber available were matched. The difference was purely the processing. Ultra-processed food is engineered for maximum palatability and minimum fullness. It removes the fiber. It adjusts the texture to reduce chewing. It adds flavor enhancers that override satiety signals. It was literally designed in a laboratory to make you eat more than you need. Replacing it with food your grandmother would recognize: meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, fruit, whole grains, legumes, dairy, removes that engineered hunger from your diet. You eat the same volume. You feel fuller. You eat less overall. Without counting a thing. Source: BBC Science Focus 2024. The shopping row. Shop the perimeter of the supermarket. Fresh produce, meat, fish, and dairy live on the perimeter. The middle aisles are where the ultra-processed products are concentrated. Action 6. Sleep 7 to 8 hours every night. This one surprises people.
7 to 8
Sleep
hours
feels like it has
every
nothing to
night.
do with what you eat. But it has everything to do with how hungry you are. A single night of poor sleep raises ghrelin, the hunger hormone, and lowers leptin, the fullness hormone. Measurably. Consistently. The next day you wake up genuinely hungrier than you should be, not because you need more food, but because your hunger hormones were disrupted by the missing hours. Research shows that people who sleep 7 to 9 hours lose significantly more fat during a calorie deficit than those sleeping 5 to 6 hours, even when eating exactly the same amount. Source: Hormones and Weight Loss Guide 2026. And poor sleep raises cortisol, which specifically drives fat storage around the belly, increases sugar cravings, and breaks down muscle tissue. You can eat all the right food all day.
Understanding how these 6 actions work together is crucial for our strategy moving forward.
Same bedtime every night, no screen 60 minutes before bed, no caffeine after 2 p.m., and a cool bedroom. Here is the bottom line. 6 actions. No tracking. No counting. No restriction. They work because they address why you're overeating, not just try to restrict the amount. Protein removes hunger. Vegetables fill your stomach with volume. Water removes false hunger. Slow
What happens when you
eating
eat
lets
protein
your
at
brain
breakfast?
catch up
Participants who
with
ate
your
a high-protein
stomach.
breakfast reported significantly less hunger
Real
throughout the
food
day.
removes engineered hunger. Sleep keeps the whole system calibrated. Start with action 1 this week. Just add
Losing weight the old way
protein to
often
every
causes
meal.
both fat and muscle loss, but losing fat the
Within
better way
3 to
specifically
5
preserves muscle
days,
while fat is lost.
most
That's the
people
entire tracking
notice
system.
measurably
No numbers,
less
no
hunger.
apps, just 3 yes/no questions at the end of each
That
day for
one
consistent,
change,
sustainable fat
done
loss.
consistently, naturally leads to the others. See you in the next video.
Yeah, we did it! Thanks for subscribing! That's a brief look at Health Explained. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.